Kool-Aid, the drink that Black America loves, cheap, sweet, and iconic. But behind every glass is a story of survival and resilience. Join us today as we dive into the colorful, complicated history of this drink and how it became woven into Black communities across America. Picture this. It's 1973. Ebony magazine hits newsstands across the country, its pages brimming with stories of Black excellence and determination. Tucked between articles about rising Motown stars and civil rights protests is a bright, full-color Kool-Aid advertisement featuring beloved comedian Moms Mabley with a glass of bright purple grape drink. The tagline reads, "You're never too old for Kool-Aid." For Black families struggling in a segregated America, this wasn't just marketing. It was a promise of a moment of joy they could afford. When millions of Black Americans fled the South during the Great Migration, 1916 through 1970, they arrived in cities already strained by overcrowding, high rents, and limited economic opportunities. A 1947 Chicago Defender column recounted one mother's experience. "With 3 mouths to feed on a kitchen maid's pay, I made every penny stretch. Kool-Aid was our special Sunday treat." This wasn't just an anecdote, it reflected a systemic pattern. Federal Housing Administration policies of the mid-20th century kept Black families penned in underfunded neighborhoods where fresh food was scarce. But shelf-stable products like Kool-Aid were easy to store and offered a rare chance to make ordinary tap water feel festive. By 1973, Kraft Foods began tapping well-known Black celebrities to promote Kool-Aid in Black publications, recognizing the power of household names to reach urban Black families. One of the most notable figures was legendary comedian Moms Mabley, who appeared in Kool-Aid ads with the tagline, "You're never too old for Kool-Aid." This campaign featured Mabley smiling warmly with a glass of brightly colored drink, reinforcing the idea that Kool-Aid wasn't just for kids but for entire families, young and old alike. This advertising move was significant. Moms Mabley was beloved across Black America for her sharp wit and commentary on racial injustice. Featuring her in a national brand campaign signaled that Kool-Aid's makers saw Black consumers as an important market, something that was still rare in mainstream American advertising at the time. Yet it also helped cement Kool-Aid as a staple in Black households, showing that affordable indulgence could be celebrated, not hidden. Other popular advertisements featured Malcolm Jamal Warner of The Cosby Show as well in later years. Taking it back to the 1950s, urban Black neighborhoods faced rising prices and limited grocery options. Many lived in what we'd now call food deserts, areas without supermarkets or fresh produce. Meanwhile, Kool-Aid packets sold for pennies were shelf-stable and didn't require refrigeration, which many families lacked or shared in tenement apartments. Combined with a bag of cheap sugar, it was the perfect solution for stretching tight budgets while giving children a treat. This was not a trivial decision. A 1968 U.S. Commission on Civil Rights report documented the staggering racial wealth gap and chronicled how Black families spent proportionally more of their income on food than white families. High-calorie, low-cost foods and drinks like Kool-Aid were a rational response to systemic economic exclusion. Grape-flavored Kool-Aid and grape soda more broadly rose to cultural prominence because it masked the taste of metallic or chlorinated tap water common in older, segregated housing. Many Black communities faced neglected infrastructure. Rusty pipes meant water with a strong taste or smell. Grape's powerful, syrupy flavor and deep color covered that up better than lighter flavors like lemonade. Grape was also one of the earliest, most consistently distributed Kool-Aid flavors, alongside cherry, orange, and strawberry. As Kool-Aid became entrenched in Black culinary traditions, grape, with its unmistakable dark purple hue, stood out as a cultural favorite. Referenced in everything from rhythm and blues songs like TLC Digging on You song and Ice Cube's song Drank the Kool-Aid. The association was further popularized by comedians like Dave Chappelle, who lampooned stereotypes in his sketches, often repeating what communities were already laughing at among themselves. Rewind to the 1978 tragedy struck when more than 900 people died in Jonestown, Guyana, in what was then the largest mass death of American civilians outside of war. Over 70% of Jonestown's residents were Black, many from poor neighborhoods in California. they were manipulated into moving by Jim Jones's promises of racial equality. During the massacre, cyanide was mixed into grape-flavored Flavor-Aid, not Kool-Aid, but media reports misidentified the drink. The phrase "drinking the Kool-Aid" quickly spread, cementing the brand in public consciousness as a symbol of blind faith and self-destruction. This twist added a sinister undertone to an already existing stereotype. Instead of recognizing the massacre's racist dynamics, black people manipulated by a white cult leader, society joked about Kool-Aid, further entrenching the stereotype without acknowledging the tragedy's racial context. In many black families, Kool-Aid went beyond a drink. It became a key ingredient in affordable homemade recipes. Oral histories from the Library of Congress's Civil Rights History Project include multiple mentions of Kool-Aid pickles, dill pickles soaked in concentrated Kool-Aid for a sweet-sour treat sold at corner stores in southern black neighborhoods. Another staple was Kool-Aid pie, a simple dessert combining Kool-Aid powder, condensed milk, and whipped topping, poured into a graham cracker crust. In interviews conducted by the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture, elders recounted Kool-Aid days, when kids on the block would crowd around a single house that had a pitcher of icy, bright grape or cherry drink after church. For many, these moments became core memories, a symbol of community, resilience, and making the best of limited resources. A 1997 study by the Journal of Popular Culture traced racist food stereotypes, like the assumption that black people love Kool-Aid or fried chicken, to minstrelsy and early 20th century advertisements mocking black diets. Kool-Aid jokes took root because they offered a simplistic, demeaning shorthand to stereotype poverty, ignoring why such foods became staples in the first place: survival in an America stacked against black families. Today, jokes about Kool-Aid persist, but behind them lies a powerful story of families who took the cheapest packet on the shelf and turned it into a symbol of love, joy, and community. What some see as a punchline is, in fact, a testament to the creativity, resilience, and enduring spirit of Black America. Thank you for taking the time to explore this story with us. If you found it eye-opening or learned something new about Black America's history, please consider subscribing to the channel and dropping a comment below to share your thoughts or your own memories of Kool-Aid days. Disclaimer: this Scope News report is intended for educational, informational, or entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. Every effort has been made to ensure the accuracy of historical accounts presented here based on credible sources including the National Urban League, U.S. Commission on Civil Rights, Ebony and Jet Archives, the Library of Congress, and the Smithsonian. Interpretations of events may vary. Scope News encourages independent research and critical thinking when engaging with sensitive topics related to race, economics, and American history.